Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between our visitors and the Denver Broncos. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Set. 10 Lobo.
Focus, defense, focus.
Shoot.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. This is the tight end Fant. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Ready.
Looking to throw. Herbert. He can run for it, and he will. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Back to throw. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Going to give this time to the tailback. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ready. 70. Indy.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Yardage on this one, back to the 13. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Allen over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. An effective 7-yard third down conversion.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run the jet sweep with Patterson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
On first down, Allen. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Allen. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's 3rd and short. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
This quick pass complete to Sutton. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Here I come.
On 3rd down, Herbert. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. credit the tackle there to Uchenna Nwosu.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, Herbert. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And picked up by the Chargers. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yard.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready to break.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Ready.
Throwing again. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001.
Ready. 15, Lonnie. 15 line.
Under 10. 10.
Big grip.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Uchenna Nwosu in there for the sack on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Charger drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it? Touchdowns.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Allen to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Allen. He's got a man open. That's Allen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. On play action, Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now they try the right side here. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
The Broncos on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Only 2 on the screen pass there, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
On 2nd down now, Swift. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground, but they'll be faced with 3rd and long.
Watch the pass.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And it's complete. Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 23 yards on the play.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter, because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested, because you know the big guys up front, that's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game, and they know it helps their team.
Allen now on 1st down. Allen's got it complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He has now hit number 500. Charles, that is his 500th NFL career catch.
Definitely worthy of applause, but I remember when 500 meant you were going to the Hall of Fame. Nowadays, in today's football, 500 puts you on the path. A significant number.
Justin Simmons up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Allen. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From the gun, it's Allen. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Yeah, let's get second.
Now Allen. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22 and a half set in 2001. To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Broncos send out their punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. He completes it to Henry. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. To throw, it's Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Watch tight end. 3 out.
Allen going to throw. And caught by Henry. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Looking to throw again on second down. Allen, complete. It's Henry. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That's taken on the 25. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And some room to roam now. Give them 32 on the play.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. Back to throw. Herbert. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it.
Go now.
No yardage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
On the ball.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And that will be incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Mike 50. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Bang, 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 bang. Alert. Shit, shit.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift, he'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You ain't got nothing. Say. Watch the edge.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Alert. I got it.
On play action, Allen. He's going to fire one deep. It's caught inside the 25. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 23. Allen now looks to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
At the 15-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Hey, we got 3 down. Hey, look. 56. Check 43.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Allen taking it himself. No gain there as he kept it himself. It's 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, good surge defensively. Sometimes you can just tell by the way a quarterback lines his feet up behind center. He's going to try and sneak it in. And they catch him here and stop him for no gain.
$319.
Mike's 56.
Alert.
On the carry, it's Bowden. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Nick Bowden, his 2nd touchdown on the season. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, wahoo!
Check 33.
Third down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Herbert, and this is caught by Watkins. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
From the gun, Herbert. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Operating from the gun, Herbert. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Uchenna Nwosu make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
Mike, check 33. 33. You got look at me. Door. Shoot.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber.
Check Mike 33. Check Mike 33.
Hey, tight. Take over.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Herbert. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Not that time for Watkins.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. Throwing on 2nd down. Allen. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. To the air, Allen. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
That's our ball. Going the other way. Ready? 90, Wolf.
You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Check your hot read.
Ready?
On 1st down, Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Firing
Quickly here, and that's complete. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones. And it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
50 seconds. 50 seconds to Mike. Target.
On first down, Swift. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
I'm coming. Check 24. Gun. Check safety.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Buying time to his left. He'll run it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week. And this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back. And they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right, because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Charger drive about to get going, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
Tighten up, tighten up, whoa. Shoot.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Mike's underneath. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Alert!
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft.
Brings up 2nd down at the 36-yard line.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for our visitors, they pick up win number 4 on the campaign as they emerge victorious here. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.